Welcome to Providence Academy in Plymouth for IMAC Conference Volleyball. A good matchup between two of the league's top teams, the Minnehaha Academy Redhawks and the Providence Academy Lions, meeting for the second time this season. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox, and Kylie Zumock, Buffalo assistant coach and former Buffalo and Kansas State star, joins me tonight. And Kylie, pretty interesting matchup here. They have played once already with Providence getting a sweep, but boy, it was two close sets in that one. Obviously, Minnehaha is hoping to turn things around this time around.
Should be a good matchup. All the scores were close the first time they played, so I'm excited to see how it rolls out tonight.
It's a little bit of a new thing for Providence to be kind of in this kind of a record. It hasn't been noted as a real big volleyball school, and their coach, Stephen McCarthy, his second year here, he's saying the bar's been set high by the girls basketball program here. They've won multiple state titles, so they're kind of hoping, let's follow along and move ourselves up the ladder a little bit. And I think it's been exciting for everyone in their program to see what they've done so far this year. It's
fun to get a new coach in and see how that culture shifts and get all that buy-in from the girls.
Minnehaha Academy, as we said, good program over the years, and a split when they played the Providence the previous season, and then the Lions got them the first time around. Unfortunately for Minnehaha, their top hitter, Maddie Benka, out ill tonight. There's her mom, Coach Kim Benka. So we're not going to see their biggest weapon here this evening, unfortunately, for the Redhawks, but they still have some good players around that they're hoping to be able to pull out a victory here tonight as well. Let's look at key players to watch for in tonight's contest, starting with the visitors from Minnehaha. And we're going to talk about, they've got a pretty good sophomore setter, Vivian Appel. A good server as well, as you can see, leads their team with 41 aces, and she's going to need to be very well in distributing the ball tonight without Maddie Benka in the lineup. They're going to have to obviously go to some different weapons. And for Providence, we're going to talk about one of their veterans, a senior. Lily Regensberger is third on the team in kills, but leads them in hitting efficiency. And I think when you do have a middle that can get some things done for you offensively, it adds some versatility to the offense.
For sure, and as a middle hitter, it's your job to have the highest hitting efficiency on the team. The setter's setting you up with those fastballs to get one-on-one, so seems to see Lily's doing her job.
All right, we'll see how the rematch goes here as Minnehaha Academy trying to knock off Providence. Each team just one loss this season coming in. Volleyball action from the IMAC up next here on CCX.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
And welcome back here to Providence. The teams have completed their warm-ups and getting set for match time here as the teams are being introduced to the crowd here. And I think maybe a developing rivalry probably a little bit in volleyball, just with the way Providence has gotten better here. And I think a great opportunity for them to try and get a sweep against a program that's probably been a little ahead of them in past years too. So Providence, one loss this year was to Mound West Tonka. Otherwise, it's been generally pretty smooth sailing for them. And their coach, McCarthy, was saying that they're in the QRF rankings for the first time. They're in the top 10 in 2A. In the actual poll, they are not, and sometimes that lags a little behind when there's a kind of an up-and-coming program. They don't get noticed right away as much, but their success has got them a little bit of notice in that QRF anyway.
Definitely. I'm waiting to see one of these smaller schools make their way up to the state's top 10 rankings. I'm excited to see this matchup tonight.
Let's take a look at starting lineups for these two teams. And as we said, unfortunately, no Maddie Benka in there tonight for the Redhawks. So, and as her coach and mom said, next year our team will have to play without her too. So you get a chance to see what some others can do, and they obviously have to have a pretty good team to be 11-1 even without her. So we'll get us some other opportunities to get their things done here this evening as well. And it was interesting when we were talking to Coach McCarthy, he was not aware yet that Benka was not going to be playing. And, of course, we weren't going to tell him. So they'll find out that soon enough, and if they haven't realized it already here. But
I'm sure they didn't hear in the lineup. But, yeah, volleyball's the ultimate team sport. There's 6 people out there, so I'm sure Minnehaha will show us what they got.
And there is Coach McCarthy and Coach Kim Benka does a lot of work in the club program in boys volleyball. You were telling me that you've known her for a while, it sounds like.
Yeah, I coached for her last year on our 17 national team, and she just won Boys Club Director of the Year in the entire country. So she's going to get celebrated at the NCAA Division I National Tournament this year. It's a really huge honor. She's been awesome to work for.
And obviously boys volleyball going to be full varsity status coming up after that vote passing, so it'll be interesting to see. I think there's still up in the air a little bit about whether it's going to be fall or spring, and there's a lot of different opinions on that and what it should be, but I think overall consensus, it's an exciting time for volleyball to have the boys become a full sport.
Absolutely. We'll see with Title IX what schools decide to add them and what schools decide not to add them, but it'll be cool to have that opportunity in the state.
Rhea Kandaswamy will serve here for Minnehaha as we get things started. We are underway in the first set. And ball handling error there as Anna Neal didn't make clean contact with that one. We asked Coach McCarthy, and he said, as you can look at the first meeting, it was a sweep, but sets 1 and 3, obviously very close. He said, really, how well we pass will tell the tale. I mean, it's kind of a cliche, but it's so very true.
It's volleyball for you.
And speaking of a little bit of a passing error, Minnehaha takes their opportunity to have one they'd like to do over. So now 1-1.
Seeing the dub sub come in, looks like they're running a 6-2 offense, 2 setters, and then different right side hitters in the front row.
Taylor Ludwig to serve here for the Lions. They'll go out left side for Neal here off the block. She's their leads them in kills this year. And just fought off here by Smith, the libero. And that pass way to the outside. They're not going to be able to get it over. A good effort there by Greta Christensen, but it was just too far out near the referee there to be able to really do much with that one.
Yeah, just a little too far out from Christensen. Good rule of thumb is 5 feet off the net, 5 feet in the court.
Ludwig trying to put a little run together here for the Lions. This time much better first pass. Neal up for the block though. And that'll be a net violation there against the Lions as that pass tight to the net and kind of backpedaling, trying to make a play on it. Got too much into the net.
One of the back downsides of a back row setter. Can't go up with those tight balls.
Danielle Hobby serving here. Ooh, and Neal had that one denied.
Big block at the net.
Good work on the outside there for the Red Hawks. That's Affelt getting the block. And look right side with it here, cross court and down.
That
nice attack by Peyton Grandy there.
That looked nice. She hit it right under the setter. There was a big sliver of court open cross, and she saw it and took her opportunity. That's a great shot.
And at that point, Minnehaha is just hoping the ball might be out, but it clearly was not. Bennett Kinney to serve here. Ooh, and a tough floater there. It's an ace.
That one might have been going out. I think she got in the way back there a little bit.
This time comes short with it. Good strong swing and put away there by Christensen.
It's a solid rip from Christensen, splitting the block and hitting nice and deep.
Gonna guess she'll be counted on a little more tonight than usual with Maddie Benka out.
Yeah, they're used to setting that outside position, so I'm sure Coach told her she needs to be ready for some more swings.
Affelt the serve here for the Red Hawks. Outside again, that time the blockers got a piece of it. And nice work there by McKenna Schaefer using that block there, hitting the inside hand.
Yep, she saw that seam. Wasn't quite closed over there, and she took her opportunity and ripped high hand.
So 5-4, Providence back in the lead here as Anna Neal serves. That one denied by Regensberger. And Providence a little slow to cover up middle there, so the tip works. And timeout taken by the Lions here as we're evened up at 5 apiece.
Great tip to the middle. We call that the campfire of the donut. No one's standing there, it's wide open. Right over the block, makes 4 people fight over it. It's a really smart shot.
We're already seeing, too, a little bit of variety from these teams. Sometimes teams tend to fall into patterns where you're rather predictable, and we're not really seeing that so far here. And that's one thing that I feel like has changed, through the years with people playing so much club volleyball is that you're seeing, you're not seeing teams that are strictly hitting from the left side or they're just using a variety of weapons.
Absolutely, and I'm sure we're going to be seeing more of that with Benka out tonight. They get to use hitters at different pins in the middle. It really opens their offense up, makes it harder to block them.
So Minnehaha trying to take the lead back here as Greta Christensen, the sophomore, will serve. Tip deep to the corner, and that one drops in as Schaefer, well placed.
Great deep tip to the corner. Again, got no defenders back there, and you can make it fast enough. It's really hard to run down. Got that double sub again. Looks like they're still rolling with the 6-2, so we'll have our setter in the back row and a new right side hitter in.
Aubrey Miller comes in, as does Emma Brandt. Here's Brandt to serve for Providence. They lead at 6-5. And we'll have an error there on ball handling for Minnehaha.
A little messy out of the hands.
The blockers there, but Smith Libero gets to it, and then that one is blocked. A couple times they've had some really nice blocking, and that time Candace Swami getting most of that one.
Elena Johnson did a great job closing that setup block, pressed her hands over nice. I don't think she was going to hit through that wall. That's a tall block.
Oh, you're right. Yep, Johnson, the block there. Laredo the serve here for the Red Hawks. And this one put away as they went quick to Aubrey Miller.
That was an elite set from 8th grader Emma Brandt. Wow, that was a great set.
Talked about variety. There's pace with that one.
Off the net, sends her up, gets that nice hole in the block.
Tough pass to handle here. They do get it done though. And let's see, did that ball go off the antenna? Yeah, it looks like it's out.
Yeah, looks like it. Couldn't quite get her arm back in time and got a funky contact on the ball.
And there's Schaefer with the serving error. I think that might be the first one we've had tonight for either team, which is good to see.
Yeah.
Sometimes those, they're just like free points for the other team. You hate to do that much.
You know, it happens, but gosh, it slows the game down so much right when you're getting momentum.
Sahlstrom in to serve here for Minnehaha. Now, at the same time, you want aggressive serving. You don't want, just to be serving to get it over, but.
Absolutely. My coach in college used to say you want to be in the upper 90s. We don't want you at 100% in. That means you're not serving hard enough.
Sahlstrom with a chance to tie things up. Oops, but then into the net with that one.
We must have jinxed her.
Yeah. Every time you talk about good serving, that's what happens, it feels like. Smith will serve here now for Providence. We've kind of gone back and forth here in this first set. 10-8 Lions lead. Come back right side. This time a good block thrown up. Neal off the block. And the tip is good by Kandaswamy.
I think Minnehaha got a block or a touch on the block every single swing in that rally from Providence. They're really patrolling the net right now and reading their setter well.
Kandaswamy to serve here for the Red Hawks. And they have started to falter a bit on the serve here, so now 11-9 Lions.
I just need to get that toss up. You want your shoulder, your elbow above your shoulder when you're serving. It seems like they're tossing it too low and can't quite get their arm up high enough.
Ludwig to serve here for Providence. Good recovery there. Oops, and the Red Hawks this time caught looking at each other a little bit.
That is the setter's job, to either get there or call for help. It looked like there was a little confusion.
And you could see at the end she is yelling, but they didn't catch it. Another attempt here, and they'll put it away on second try. Strong swing. Put away for Hobby.
It's a great swing for Hobby. They gave her a nice high ball two in the middle, and she cut right around it. Swung right at left back. I think we jinxed them. That might be 4 in a row.
Yeah, and it's you start to get in their head a little bit. I mean, when it's different players, it's kind of, you're feeling like they're starting to press a little bit.
Yeah, you're losing all the momentum over there when you can't keep points from the service line.
Kenny. Good tough serve here, an overpass.
Ooh.
And put away there by McKenna Schaefer.
It's a great line swing from Schaefer. She puts her thumb down, swings right at the libero down the line, just high enough where she can't get a solid dig.
Long run for the setter to get there, and just got that ball in. What another deep middle tip for Providence. They've done a good job reading the court. You know, you don't want to, you have to be worried about what's going on in your own side, but you sneak a little glance over there, what's available.
You know, it's not the flashiest part of volleyball, but if you see the court well, that power tip to the deep corner really gets the job done. I mean, they were sneaking up 7 or 8 feet. No one was back there. That was a really good court vision.
Regensberger getting that kill for Providence, so now their biggest lead at 15-10.
Man, I feel like Minnehaha would be in this game more if there weren't 4 serves back to back to back to back being missed. It's a bummer. They're playing pretty well without their stud Banco right now.
Yeah, and that's the most controllable part of things too is your serve. There's, it doesn't matter what the other team's doing, and you got to come out and serve well. And they were doing it early, but like you said, of late.
Just like a free throw in basketball, it's one of the only skills 100% dependent on yourself.
McKinney to serve again out of the timeout here for Providence. And that one will be out wide as trying to scramble and recover. They didn't get to that one well enough to put it in play.
We call that a setter dump from Affelt. She gets up, has that, looks like she's gonna set it, and then tips it over on two. It's kind of tricky to read.
Good, strong serve from Affelt there, but they handle it pretty well. Scramble, not gonna get it over. So again, using the tip.
You know, you just gotta take a deep breath on those plays and play it high and over the net when you're scrambling. You don't need to do anything too fancy.
Neal to serve here for Providence. Send it outside there, and that'll be a kill for Brooke Hugel.
That's another great set. This 6-2 offense seems to be paying off. It came nice and high out of Ludwig's hand. She set her outside hitter up for success. That was a great swing.
Roll to the middle, and oops, tough one there.
Ooh, I think they might have missed a net.
Dumped over. We'll see what the Lions can do here. And using the tape to her benefit there as Regensberger. Not quite the set she was hoping there, but good enough to put it away.
Yep, Affel's just got to get her feet stopped back there. It looked like she was on ice skates running around. You got to get stopped and read those tips.
Neal gets the go-ahead here.
Great set.
And this time they get into their offense much better, and Christensen hammers it home.
That was a great swing down the line. Those Providence Academy blockers left her 2 or 3 feet, and she saw it and ripped.
Christensen to serve. They're down 6. Oh, and just out there.
That was a close one. That must be 5 or 6 on the match already. What a bummer.
Although at least this one they made them have to make a decision on, where the other ones were all into the net.
Very true. You always want to miss long, so you make the passers guess.
And we're sitting almost right near that line, and even from here, I wasn't sure.
Me too.
Can they run it down?
Oh.
Yes, and it'll result in a point. Well, there's some good effort defensively. I mean, sure, it's a little bit lucky, but to keep it in play, that shows you what hustle can do.
Those are the momentum shifters, those weird plays like that.
Christensen messed it up initially, but then she's the one who got it over after Laredo ran and kept it alive. And another serving error, though, from Laredo. And Providence is first to 20 here, 20-13.
And that's a big milestone. You always want to be the first team in the 20s. It gives you a lot of confidence.
Another pretty good serve. And that one too long. Not only are they serving the ball in, but they're generally giving Minnehaha a little bit of trouble so that they're having to adjust and scramble.
I noticed that in warm-ups too. They're putting pace on this serve.
And that one, Christensen hitting into the net after, again, the first pass was kind of sprayed out wide. And Minnehaha is going to take a timeout here. You see Coach Benka trying to keep their confidence up. You know, you're getting to know as coaching now, too, that, you want to point out mistakes, but at the same time, you need to keep their confidence built a little bit, too.
Absolutely. They got to believe. And it looks like Minnehaha only has 3 seniors on their roster. So, and one of their big seniors being gone, they're probably looking for a leader right now. And Benka's trying to keep them positive and in this.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, I mean, it kind of goes without saying that if they had served better, this would be certainly a much more of a toss-up kind of set.
It's giving them a chance. They're shooting themselves in the foot right now. like you said, I didn't even notice it. Most of the misses are in the net, so the other team doesn't even have the opportunity to play it.
Schaefer will serve here for the Lions as they try and pull away and put this first set to bed. And that one was too long and not touched by any blockers, so 10-point lead now for the Lions.
You know, you always want to see your outside hitters aggressive and swinging for it. That's a good miss.
Tough one to handle there, but Smith got to it. And that one smoked home by Hobby.
They need to start getting Hobby the ball more. That's the second great hit she's had to write back.
Threw a
Great
single
timing.
block up at her, and she easily defeated that.
It's a high enough set. I'm surprised they don't put 2 blockers up with her, but their coach was saying their back row is pretty good, so he trusts their liberos to dig that out.
There's a good serve from Sahlstrom. And ultimately another strong attack by Hobby.
That's the trick when you have a good middle hitter. Your back row has to pass and dig it well enough to get them involved, and they've been doing that on the past 2 plays, and those are great swings.
Sahlstrom, another good serve. And I thought with the block, as Grandy had to tip that one with her left hand, and right into the block it went. So Red Hawks at least building a little momentum, even if they aren't maybe going to be able to catch up in this first set. I think they'd feel a little bit better going into the next one.
Good swing.
Great effort, and Minnehaha will get it over. Live to fight on in this point. Tip to the outside. Wow. Great diving dig there by Brandt.
Love the hustle.
Who's going to take this big point? That one into the tape. Oh, they get it over.
Yep. Wow, okay.
Now we'll get a net violation against Providence on the block.
Who else but Hobby? I think that's 3 points, 3 kills for her in a row. Oh, wow, what a great hustle play.
And you see at the end.
It's a little tight coming off the block.
Run down by Smith and then rolled over. Another scramble point here, rolled deep, overpass there. Oops. That one Miller would like to have to do over again. Boy, all of a sudden Minnehaha has all the momentum.
And volleyball is a game of momentum. Possibility of 5 sets. You want to keep building, keep building. Could be a long night.
Tipped over and another point. Athel. Timeout Providence. Minnehaha storming back.
Yeah, Minnehaha's been doing an awesome job patrolling the net. They've had some great blocks when they're in system. Their hitters are swinging away, but their back row, they need to get their setter on the net so they can keep their hitters going. Providence is doing a great job passing this service, even playing defense, and I think that's what's giving them a little bit of an edge right now.
Here you see Athel with the tip. It seems like it's basic, but just the fact that they've started to serve so much better has sort of like picked up their whole game too.
Yeah, it's so much easier to defend when you serve at a team and they're out of system. They're going to give you higher swings, free balls. You can read their setter a lot easier. Good serving is the key to winning a lot of matches.
And Sahlstrom has been dynamite in this serving run.
See if she can do it out of a timeout. That's a big rule of ours at Buffalo. First serves in after a timeout. Oh.
And too long, and Providence will get to a set point here without really having to do anything to get it.
That's what we call icing the kicker.
Smith to serve here for Providence. Built a big lead, then have had to kind of hang on, but trying to take this first set. And Smith unable to get that pass turned around. Their body was a little bit awkward angle.
They are feeding the ball to Hobby as much as they can. She is seeing the court well right now.
Kandaswamy to serve.
Great serve.
Good effort to the outside by Grandy on a tough ball there. Here's Neal
Nice
down the
up.
line. Oh, and she just kept it up. Neal rolling this one to the middle. They won't get it this time. And Providence will pick up the W here, 25-20. But a great rally by Minnehaha. It kind of makes set number 2 look even more interesting coming up. We'll have our second set in just a moment here. Providence wins the first, 25-20 here over Minnehaha. Providence defeating Minnehaha Academy 25-20 in the opening set as we get ready for set number 2. It was back and forth for a long time, and then Providence put on a surge aided largely by service errors by Minnehaha. But then at the end, Kim Benka's team put on a pretty nice rally. And as we were talking about, Kylie, you know, it feels like more smiles on their faces. Things started to flow a lot better for them, and we'll see if they can carry that into the second set.
Let's see what the coaches were telling them in the huddles. Coach McCarthy was telling us he has 2 different starting lineups, so I'm looking if we have any new girls out here right now we can keep an eye out for, but I'm excited to see the second game get underway.
Ludwig will serve here for Providence. And Kandaswamy into the tape with that one, so the Lions will strike first here. Providence, I thought, just played not a spectacular set, but a more consistent set overall.
Clean. Not flashy, but clean.
Oh, joust at the net here, and it's going to be a net violation against Minnehaha, it looks like. Well, maybe not. We're going to have a little conference.
Yeah, the up ref called it, but it looks like the down ref might have seen something differently, and it's usually the down ref or the R2's job to call the net, so we'll see what they call a replay or award a point.
Looks like they're going to stick with it as a point for Providence, 2-0.
Good pass.
Little hang time there for Hobby.
Yeah, just a little early, expecting a 1 ball, and Sutter put up a 2, but again, great court vision, waited in the air, and then tipped it right into that campfire in the middle.
It's a kind of an underrated skill. You're always hoping everything is working right on the timing and everything, but when it doesn't and you can still score, that's valuable.
Definitely. How adaptable can you be quickly?
Smith playing that one as she backpedaled, fought it off. Ooh, and Neal cross court, very sharp.
It's a great cut shot. Minnehaha's liberos sneaking into that corner. The outsides last game hit a lot of shots to that corner, so it was a really high IQ play to cut it right underneath.
So 3-1 Providence as Bennett Kinney to serve here for the Lions.
Ooh, wow.
Christensen, nice down ball there.
Yeah, Christensen had that back row attack. When I'm coaching my girls at Buffalo, we always say swing to zone 1, and she did, and no one was there. It was a really great high-level swing.
Kandaswamy to serve here for Minnehaha. They are down 3-2 here early in the second set. This time Neal hitting from the right side and gets it done again.
Neal has a great arm swing. She has a nice high elbow. She's getting her feet there those last 2 steps and then cutting it right under the block. You almost want to pull Kandaswamy out and make her sit on the sideline a little bit more.
Block was just a little late getting there, and Christensen sneaks it through.
Nice little roll shot over. Hard to get your feet stopped and play that ball when it bounces off a few set of hands.
Hobby to serve here for the Red Hawks as they are back to within a point now at 4-3. Overpass there and nicely handled. Sometimes you get a little too excited and get into the net or something, but not that time for Affelt.
Yeah, she was nice and disciplined. Just put her hands straight up. Got the job done.
Good block there, then another net battle. It's going to land in. Minnehaha was pretty certain it was going to be out, and Providence all excited as they get one to fall in.
Those plays, those scramble plays, always funny. They didn't do anything special. Minnehaha was blocking the net well, but they just put the ball up and it landed in.
Grant serving here with her team up by 1. Oh, that one's going to be too long.
I don't want to jinx Providence too, but I think that might be their first missed serve of the night on this side. They've been serving and passing incredibly well.
Affelt to serve here for the Red Hawks.
Great pass.
Oops. That was not where Miller was looking for it there. Christensen digs it up, and Miller trying to put it away, but a good dig. And off hands and put away there by Schaefer.
I'd keep setting Schaefer and Neal over there all night. They're swinging that nice cut shot cross court, and Minnehaha can't seem to pick it up. It's a great shot to that half of the court. You always want to attack at your setters and make them play the first ball.
Schaefer with the serve. Oops, coming back out to the left there, and Hugel, they weren't quite on the same wavelength there.
Hugel saying, my bad, I'll get out more. Taking the blame for that one, being a good teammate.
Christensen, a good tough serve there for Minnehaha. Oops. And speaking of not on the same page, that set winds up dropping into the middle of nowhere.
You know, it's not the flashiest skill, but Providence is passing incredibly well right now. It's just some misconnects from their setter and hitter. And right as I say it.
That time Smith kind of caught creeping up, trying to play that ball. Should backpedal, and a timeout taken now by Providence. They're down 8-6.
Serving and passing, yeah. Minnehaha seems to be putting their serves in a little bit more now, and they're blocking incredibly well at the net. Nice dropper, catching her deep. Gets the ace.
Yeah, I wonder what they said in huddles about, because obviously all of them can serve better than what they were doing there, and it just seemed like something broke the ice where they were no longer struggling.
You know, it's sometimes hard in away gyms. There's a lot of space behind the end line. The depth perception gets there. It took them a game to kind of get a feel for this gym, and it seems like they're kind of comfortable now and putting some pace on the ball.
Yeah, I think that's a great point about different gyms. Definitely you have to get used to in terms of serve. I mean, background in basketball, same kind of thing. It's very different shooting in different gyms.
Absolutely.
That one's going to be too strong.
Right out of the timeout. Coach McCarthy has 2 coaches' points this game. Miss serves right after the timeout.
Smith serving here for the Lions. Rolled over and off the block.
I don't know if she did it on purpose, but that was a great tool of the block. Our libero pulled up, watching the tip happen, and then it redeflected off the block, and no one was there.
Laredo to serve here for Minnehaha. They are up by 2.
All sorts of out of system over here.
Off the block, Smith gets under it. That one will land out. Minnehaha, that's been consistent throughout the night that they block pretty well.
You know, Providence runs a clean offense, but the sets are really high, so the middle blocker has time to get pin to pin and close, and they've been doing a really good job of setting the block up and pressing their hands over.
Neal, was that one touched?
Yeah.
Oh, apparently not. Providence can't believe it. I definitely thought it was touched.
I think there was a touch, and the line judge called a touch, but it looks like the up ref overruled them.
That'll be too long. So the Lions will get a point here.
As the girls would like to say, the ball don't lie. There must have been a touch on the last one.
See, obviously she tries to pull her hands back, but oh yeah, definitely hit her.
In the back row, yeah. She looked guilty after too.
Ludwig to serve. Coach McCarthy a little bit after the fact, kind of giving the officials the business a little bit there. Overpass there and put away nicely by Regensburger.
Great timing. It's easy to go up too early or too late on those overpasses and miss or catch the net, but she had great timing, contacted it high, and there was a free point for Providence. Ooh, too tight.
Score the point at the net for Regensburger again.
Got jealous of the block party on the other side, and they wanted to join in.
Setter dump there. Had them fooled a little bit, but they recover.
Great job pushing it to the corner.
Neal this time will go with the tip. And then a misfire up front by Kandaswamy. And Providence is fighting back here to tie it up at 11.
A couple of unforced errors really changes the feel and momentum of the game.
That one sent too deep, and now Minnehaha has been a little bit more erratic of late here, and the coach is going to call a timeout here with 13 now trailing at 12-11 after they had built a lead of 11-7.
You know, as a coach, sometimes when the other team's on a roll, you just got to tell your team to put it in. We don't need the most aggressive, earth-shattering swing in the world. We just got to keep the ball in and defend. It's a good idea for a deep corner.
Yeah, I was going to say it was actually, I thought, definitely not a bad idea to attempt that, but Just didn't put it in.
Yeah, from that film, it looked like she just needed to get her elbow back a little more so she could put some torque on that ball.
Pretty good crowd here, and even at the high school level, winning kind of brings out more fans, I think. And Providence is getting a, obviously the parents are always going to come, and you hope your friends from school maybe a little bit, but, just the more you win, people get interested and excited about your program a little bit, too. Oh, wow. Great block there, but also a good recovery by the Redhawks. And this one put away from the right side. Peyton Grandy, they have definitely used that to their advantage. And this time it was Peyton's turn.
Providence looks clean and confident right now. You couldn't tell they were down by 4 points either. They were just chipping away points and playing clean volleyball.
Smith digging it up and then punched over.
Oh, that's in.
Oh, boy. Everything going their way now as Ludwig throwing the hand out, getting that ball not only up but over.
Yeah, we call that an emergency move in our gym. It doesn't look the prettiest, but you're doing what you can to keep the ball off the floor, and it resulted in a point.
That'll be too strong and out. It's funny how when you're doing the little things well, sometimes those lucky ones seem to go your way then too.
Right. Nice and disciplined, good things happen.
Schaefer, the serve again here as the Lions continue to roll. Halfelt tipping over on the second ball there. Oops. That time Grandy didn't quite execute. Got a little excited.
Grandy was trying to go for that cut shot that's been working all night, but didn't quite get her feet there. It's really hard for a right-handed hitter playing on the right side to hit that shot if her feet aren't there, and that resulted in a net hit.
Sahlstrom to serve, and boy, she was the one who got things going late in that first set with some great serve. Well, of course, I should not have said that.
You just won't even talk about the serving.
Right. 4-point lead here for Providence, and coming in to serve here now is Bennett Kinney. Smith getting it to the center, and now out to Neal, and she hammers it.
That probably was the best hit of the night so far. That timing was great. The set was on point. She got her feet there and smashed it.
That was about as good as their offense has looked, definitely. And great. Started with a good pass, too. And there's an ace serve by Kinney. Confidence galore for Providence right now.
Everything's going their way. I mean, Minnehaha might have the blocking, but Providence is passing well. They're serving well. Their setter-hitter connections improved after those first 4 points. It's really fun to watch. Good, clean volleyball.
Well, and when you look into the huddle, too, you think, like, who's having a good match tonight? And there's a lot of different faces that you go, okay, yeah, she's done some things. And I think they've gotten pretty, they have more depth maybe than what people might expect for a two-way program, too, where almost everybody who's come in has made some contribution.
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier, but Coach McCarthy said he has 2 completely different starting lineups. Having that depth in your gym, being able to scrimmage them every single day, every week, being able to push yourself. Not a lot of high school teams can say they can do that. So I think it's pretty evident he's making this gym into a competitive environment.
Kinney will serve out of the timeout.
Great serve.
Comes right back to Kinney, and then a big swing, but dug up. Neal wins the joust at the net there, and things continue to flow for the Lions. They are up by 7.
That serve she just rattled off didn't result in an ace, but it was pretty low and flat to the net. Now spin.
Gives it back to Minnehaha. It was right about at this similar score where they put together a nice run in the first set, and they're going to need to try and do it again if they're going to battle back in this second set.
Really hard to come back down 0-2. You want that momentum.
That's going to be too long from Kandaswamy, and the Lions get a freebie to get to 2013.
Now we call this in our gym in volleyball the red zone after 20. You got to play the cleanest ball and you got to be aggressive. Let's see how they play.
Oh, and Neal delivers an ace. She's had some strong attacks tonight, and it looks like a pretty good server as well.
Just a solid standing float serve.
Oh, too long. Smith will come back in here. 21-14 Providence in this second set, as Hobby will serve here for Minnehaha. Again, they're playing without their biggest weapon, Maddie Benka, out ill tonight. So, Maddie, if you happen to be watching, wish you well. Get back in the lineup.
Just snuck that right through the block and hit the floor. It wasn't too hard of a hit, but hit the floor when no one was standing. That's the goal.
Brandt will serve here for Providence.
We finna get his work real quick.
And that'll be too strong.
Brandt's been playing awesome tonight. I didn't even realize till I looked down. She's an 8th grader. Long, bright future ahead for Providence with a good setter like that.
FL will serve here for Minnehaha, but they're facing a long road back here at 22-15.
Hey, they ain't ready for this work. We about to get up.
And that pass pretty tight to the net. Brandt trying to decide whether she's going to be able to pull it off the net. Just didn't really happen.
You want to see your setters go up and jump set on those tight ones, but that comes with learning and time.
And pushed to the open spot there by Christensen as she saw an opening in a cross court with the tip.
Yeah, that was great court vision from Christensen. She saw the off blocker creeping in a little bit. Libero's going to be in that corner. That's a free space on the court.
Blocked there, but then they get it over. Hugo.
Ooh.
And then a misfire backing up with Christensen.
You know, that's why it's important if you're out of system like Providence was. You just send the ball to the setter so she can't set up her hitters. You're forcing your libero to set the hitters. Offensive productivity goes down.
Oh, they'll get it over, and Smith, a late lunge, but couldn't keep it up.
Yeah, that's asking your libero to cover a lot of court. I would have liked a middle to pop that ball up.
Christensen the serve. Set was low there from Miller, and Providence does not have this one wrapped up just yet at 23-19 now, and a timeout taken by the Lions.
You know, I've seen a lot of different theories and how coaches approach timeouts. It seems like McCarthy likes to pull those timeouts quick as soon as it starts turning the other way, and it's been working great for him so far tonight.
Yeah, quite a similarities between the sets in terms of how the scoring has gone, where Minnehaha made a late run and kind of put some pressure on and forced Providence into a few mistakes down the stretch.
All it takes is one good serving run from the end line to make a big game changer. I bet coach is in there setting up a play to get out of this serve receive. I wonder who they're going to give the ball to in the front row. Getting loud in the gym. The fans are here.
Christensen will serve out of the timeout.
Good set.
The tip, but a great diving play to keep it up. Send it over. And this time off the block, so score it for Hugo.
Coach is excited about that play. Looks like the down ref might have thought it hit the antenna first, calling the line judge over.
Yeah, so maybe speaking too soon to call that a 24th point for Providence. And a debate on it.
Yeah, that'd be a big point swing. Oh,
wow. So there's going to be a Minnehaha point instead.
Let's see how they respond. They've been calm and cool under pressure all night.
And that one may or may not have been headed out there, and Schaefer, though, played it.
I was thinking the same thing. That was deep to the corner.
So a big turn of events here after that call was overturned. Redhawks to within 2. And this one put away. I don't think any doubt on that one, as Aubrey Miller will get the kill, and now Providence will have a set point chance.
Yeah, that's a great swing. The girls were asking if the ball was out to the line judge, and Coach Banka said, no, that's a good swing. That was in.
Smith with the serve here. Off the block and score it for Schaefer, and Providence will pull out the W. The minor setback after the change call doesn't seem to phase them, and they win it 25-21 to go up now 2-0. So they'll look for the sweep when we come back with set 3 here on CCX Sports.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Couple of close sets, but both going Providence's way, so the Lions go up 2-0 heading into set 3 here at Providence Academy. Along with Kylie Zumak, I'm Jay Wilcox. Thanks for joining us for a matchup of 2 of the better teams in the IMAC conference. They were 2nd and 3rd in the league last year, and right up there at the top. Boy, this, for Providence, would go a long way toward a conference title if they could get, 2 wins over Minnehaha this year, which this would be if they get this one tonight.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing a great game. Like I said earlier, it is nothing flashy. It is clean, good, consistent volleyball.
And this one put away by Neal, getting a swing from the middle.
That was a tandem play. They ran a quick set right under her in the same gap, and the blockers went up, gave her an open net. It was a high-level set.
Ludwig to serve here for Providence. And just out, punch toward that corner, coming right. I give credit to the line judge who didn't panic and try to move out of the way. He just stood there and calmly watched it land out.
Didn't move a foot. Good swing.
Nice dig too there by Ludwig. And now Neal going cross court. That one looked like it might have been headed out, but was played.
I thought the same thing, but she was able to swing high enough. It makes that middle back guess if it's in or out, and she stuck her arms out at it.
And a ball like that, there really isn't time to, hear word from the bench or anything. You got to just instinct play it.
Have that court sense and feel. Ooh.
And there's one that Regensberger would like to have to do over again. Kind of indecisive on that overpass that just barely got over the net.
Watching it looks like an easy free point, but in the moment, the timing is so tricky on those.
That's never happened to you at any point, has it?
We'll say no.
The serving errors, big problem in set 1 for Minnehaha, not nearly as much in set 2, but there's a 3-point for the Lions, and now Bennett Kinney will come in to serve. Able to use the block there as Elena Johnson gets the kill for Minnehaha.
Just tooled it right off the block. Didn't hit the ball too terribly hard, but saw the right side blocker reaching her hand out and took advantage of it. It's a high IQ volleyball play.
Kandaswamy will serve here for the Red Hawks. Cross court with that one. Ooh. That'll land in. The block delivered by Regensberger.
It was close. I couldn't tell from this angle. That middle blocker got up late, but pressed her hands over and had a nice block to the end line.
Yeah, it was hard to tell from our vantage point if that ball was. They're just, as you see the look on her face, she's just kind of thinking, that might have been a little lucky, but
she
okay.
wasn't sure either.
And there's an ace. Again, we don't want to jinx them, but it is certainly fair to say that Providence has had the better of the serves tonight, and that's one reason why they've won the first two.
You want to always look at the ace to error ratio, and Providence is definitely winning that.
Comes back out to the left side there. Let's see, off the ceiling and out. That's the first time they've actually hit the ceiling tonight. In some gyms, that's kind of a big problem when things are pretty low, but haven't really had that happen tonight prior to that one.
This is way out west, but I used to play at the Hutch High School gym, and they have low ceilings. Got PTSD from that.
Yeah, it really does impact the way you can play the game, which is unfortunate.
Set not quite high enough for the right side hitter. Couldn't get her feet there in time.
Minnehaha is going to take a timeout, and obviously they're starting to feel like this one's getting away early in this third set with an 8-2 Providence lead. And it is, when you lose the first two like that, I mean, it's tough to kind of get your rhythm and your mojo back here in the third set.
Yeah, it's really hard to come back from that. We call that, if Minnehaha were to come back, a reverse sweep, because you got to win 3 in a row. The third one's shorter score. It's tough to do so. Neal back to the service line. She's been hitting awesome all night. I'm excited to see her serve out of this timeout.
So Neal trying to keep the momentum going here. Ooh, overpass there, and there's McKenna Schaefer. Not going to be gentle on that one. Just took a big swing.
Schaefer had the timing on that overpass and got it right back to that corner with some pace on it.
Well, you talked earlier about feet, and that, it was simple, but just got her feet in the right place too.
Exactly. Sets your body up for success.
Yeah, by this age, the player's footwork a lot of times is so good that you hardly notice it, but that's where it all sort of begins when I'm sure you've worked with a lot of young players where, just getting the footwork down to where it's second nature is a big part of getting ready to be a good player.
Absolutely. You can have the strongest arm in the world, but if your feet can't get you there, it doesn't do any good.
And that serve is too long.
I think Coach Bank is going to get him in the gym and make him serve this week. Here's the double sub again. The new setter in.
Brandt to serve here for Providence. They won a couple of close ones and then now pulling ahead, but there is a service error.
Toss not quite high enough. Didn't get her elbow up and back and hits it into the tape.
Affel to serve here for Minnehaha. Push toward the outside. Nice job by Affel to read that.
Ooh, just a little late on that block.
And then a little lack of communication. It looked like a ball they still should have been able to pick up.
Absolutely. If I was that blocker, I would have turned around and asked my team what I needed to do better. She kicked that ball up in time for Libero to get there. Must have been a miscommunication.
Schaefer to serve here for Providence. And question on the substitution. There we go.
She must have went too fast. Oh, good block. Oh, was she in the net? Dang it. She pulled both the outside and middle blocker up with us and got her middle a one-on-one, but must have caught the net with her shoulder on the way down.
Oops, near collision there. Still got a pretty good pass away, but then too long with the hit.
That was a great idea going for that back corner, just a little too long.
Mm-hmm. 13-4 now for Providence.
Yeah, Providence kind of rolling away with this one right now.
Make it 14. That'll be an ace for Schaefer.
Coach Banka's all smiles over there going up for a timeout, it looks like. Willing her team to get back into this.
Yeah, and in some ways you feel like she's sort of coaching for the future too.
Yes.
Because obviously right now it's not looking good to be able to come back in this one, but you don't stop, learning and coaching. And let's keep in mind they came in 11-1 here. They're having a really good season, so they've got a lot of things to play for, even regardless if they lose this one tonight.
Yeah, and Coach Banka said the first time around they played Providence, they were missing their starting libero. This game, they're missing their starting outside hitter, who's top 5 in the state for kills. I mean, it's a good-looking team. They just haven't had all the pieces together yet.
And obviously we're trying to sell it in a good way to her too. Is that better now than November to be missing people. So
absolutely. Get it out of the way before sections and state start.
Schaefer to serve out of this timeout here for Providence.
Holding it. Oh, nope, ready to go. Nice serve.
Oh, and it's a beauty. Boy, the timeout didn't affect her at all.
Yeah, when we're coaching serving, we ask the servers to get the ball as close as they can to the top of the tape and still get it over. It gives the passers less time to think, and that skimmed the top. Yep.
And ball handling error there. Kylie, while we have a second here, let me ask you a little bit about your Buffalo team. How's the season going? How do you feel about things?
Yeah, we're just getting started with our late conference games. We are, I believe, 2-1 right now with our only loss. Oh, another ace from the service line. But their only loss being to a very good Wayzata team who we took a set off of. We're a senior-heavy team right now and have some great back row players. We like to keep the ball off the floor and then feed our big girl, Kaya Caffey, in the middle.
Too long with that one is Hugo.
Looked like Hugel needed to transition out a little bit more to give her a good line of attack. Providence runs a really interesting offense. All their hitters can hit from all three positions. Hugel is just on the outside, now she's in the back. It's kind of fun to see the creativity.
And tough ball there for Ethel to try and pull off the net. Providence, you can just feel that things are rolling their way right now.
They feel confident, they look clean. They can't do a whole lot wrong right now.
Ooh, another good serve.
And that's going to be a double, I'm guessing. Yep. Providence is serving right now like crazy. They're keeping it under the height of the antenna, putting some pace on it.
That won't be too long. And on the flip side, Minnehaha, some of the things that they were doing well earlier now just kind of getting scattered and not playing very consistent volleyball.
They're getting in their own heads right now after being down 2.
Oh, great recovery
Crazy
there.
defense, yeah. Oh,
This time they won't get to it.
catch him on the setter dump. Right to the middle. It's a good shot from the setter. Her hitters aren't really scoring right now, so she decided to take the job in her own hands.
Laredo with the serve. Neal has this one blocked.
That's a good block. Minnehaha has been consistent with their block all night.
Hobby getting up to stuff that one.
Here comes the double sub again.
Ludwig to serve. And there's Hobby pounding that one home.
Could not ask for better timing on that. Hobby got up, saw the whole block, cut it right back where they weren't standing. I believe Coach Banka told me Hobby is an outside for club, and this is her first time ever playing middle, and I've been very impressed with her offense and blocking tonight.
They go middle with it and put away nicely. There is Regensberger getting it done again for Providence.
They look so confident out there right now. Not doing a whole lot wrong. And when they make a mistake, they're bouncing back really quick, which is good to see from a team.
Kenny to serve. And that
just
one's too long.
Everyone's bark. Everybody bark.
We're seeing if they can continue this passing for the end of the game. They only got 3 points left, and Coach told us before the game they live and die by the pass, and they've been passing well all night. Great pass.
Push deep, but too deep there. Scored with that earlier in the match, but not that time.
Yeah, you want to see them swinging at the end of the game, especially when they have a lead like this.
Overpass there, and Christensen tapping it off the head of Ludwig.
It almost looked like Ludwig popped it up for a second.
And you can smile about them when you got the 22-10 lead, too,
Right.
right?
They're just having a good time. Ooh.
Service error there will make it a 23-10 Providence lead. And Anna Neal will serve.
She's been serving well earlier. See if she can close the game out.
There's one and needs one more. Another important one coming up for Providence is they'll be hosting Mounds Park on Monday. They did beat them in 4 the first time around.
Oh, wow. They're probably going to be looking at 1 and 2 in the conference for that game.
Swing there. Oh, might have been headed out. Kinney playing it. And
wow.
Oh, great recovery.
Scramble play.
Long point here. Providence would love to win it on this. And they will. Regensburger puts it home after they battled throughout a long point, and Providence will win it 25-10 to earn the sweep. And well, you see why they're having a pretty good season based on what we saw tonight.
They were just clean, and they were gaining momentum all night. Similar scores to the first time they played around, too.
So a season sweep of Minnehaha for Providence. And again, a big one coming up for them as they take on Mounds Park on Monday. So I hope you've enjoyed the action here. And Kylie Zumak, welcome, and thank you for joining us here tonight. Great job and great fun to work with you.
Thank you for having me. I had a blast.
So Providence sweeps Minnehaha. That'll do it for tonight's telecast here from Providence Academy. For all of our crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. Good night from Plymouth.